Hey y'all, this is Exhibit Engineers, day 5. If you missed Monday, that was January 13th. If you go to Classroom, you go to the Classwork tab, you'll see day 5. It's always the newest on the top. Day 5 is what we did. There's our agenda. The easiest way to get there is just to pull up the doc or the paper everyone worked on. And here we go. You can catch up on that warm-up question. Next thing is we watched a quick video from TED Ed called Myths and Misconceptions About Evolution. So you can watch that. The two questions to answer are basically how did these theories change over the years? And then basically what's new to you? Next, we read and annotated this article. It's pretty short, an introduction in 4 paragraphs. The goal of each paragraph is, or the goal of the reading is to annotate however you like to annotate, highlighting, underlining, whatever you do. And then at the end, sum up each paragraph in one sentence. So what's the main point of each paragraph? They discuss for natural selection to occur, which is basically the beneficial genes and traits being passed on to the next generation. For that to occur, obviously there needs to be reproduction. Also, things need to be passed on through heredity. There also needs to be variation in characteristics. So if everyone's the same, there can't be one trait that's selected. If everyone has white feathers, there's no second choice to provide variation. And then the last thing is fitness. They discuss in this paragraph about how fitness isn't like we perceive it, like going to the gym. Fitness is basically like how likely are you to survive and to reproduce. That's kind of the main point of natural selection. Things that are going to help you survive and then help you reproduce to pass on those genes are going to show up stronger in the population or like the group of animals. Then we watched this video. This is a bit of a departure, but basically a computer programmer kind of did this simulation of what would happen with natural selection. We discussed it quite a bit in class, so you missed out on that. But basically, they're going to run experiments adjusting for 3 variations: speed, size, and sense. Before they run the trial or the experiment, what I want you to do is make a prediction. So, for example, they have these blobs, and some go faster and some go slower. And I want you to predict like what's going to be more successful, which variation is going to be more successful to the blobs. And then over here in this column, observations, that's where I'd love for you to just describe what occurred. So they run this experiment, and there's this little animation of these blobs running around eating this food. And then there's a graph that shows which are going up and down. So just write your observations there. Then we had about 10 minutes left in class. I have 2 quick videos linked for you here, whichever one you prefer. The first one is called Evolution of Flight. It kind of discusses how birds and bats and insects and butterflies have figured out how to fly, which is pretty astounding, considering we humans just figured it out, just over 100 years ago. And then there's another video. This is like a little more informative, natural selection. This video is a little more like a crash course. It's a crash course video. So it's like tons of information if you really want to know like more details. And that's day 5. Hey, Molly. I just finished.